you don't want to listen to that, I advise that you leave right about now. And to eat. So, actually, yeah, now, okay. I remember now what I wanted to talk about, and that is actually exactly what I was going to talk about. And now I'm like, well, not, because I need to think about this, and I also, the really nice thing about vlogging, especially going live, is that no one watches it. I can get down my thoughts in like a split amount of time. It doesn't take any memory off of my phone. This is a big reason why I want to do a newsletter, because I want to do, and I could just upload these private, but also I don't remember what I was talking about unless people are like talking to me about what I was talking about. So it actually does help to do it public, but I've realized I will like instantly forget things, like instantly, and not even to the point where it's like I can't remember anything. It's more like, damn bitch, this is kind of scary. Like, and I know that because there's a lot of factors that contribute to this. I have ADHD. I smoke a little bit of weed sometimes, and like, I don't know. So like, I don't know. So sometimes that's just gonna be the case, but then it's also like the only times that I can think of things concisely and what I want to say concisely is whenever I'm like either not even like under a lot of mental pressure. Like it's either I'll feel so much mental pressure to say what I want to say, so it comes out super, not even so much, but like a lot of the time, especially I do feel mental pressure whenever I'm communicating, because I'm like, oh, I have to get this out and say this or else I'm going to forget everything that I have to say. So it is like a big, I don't know, a big thing for me. And I realize it's kind of sad because I forget. So, this was all to connect back to, you know, that specialized feeling of like whenever you listen to music and then share it with someone and then they share it with a million other people and you're like, oh, I didn't like that. And to me, it's not even necessarily like, at first I thought it was a gatekeeping issue, and then I tried to get over it, which I did for the most part, because I just also stopped doing it. I spend a lot more time in my own company now than I used to, so it's like, it really isn't a big, and also I'm not on social media, so I don't know if people are sharing the music that I send to them, but I think about that a lot, because that is a character flaw that I am like, I really have never been the biggest fan of. I'm like, why does this mean so much to me? Why does someone sharing the joy or a strong emotional recognition that like feeling recognized through music gives me, like, why am I feeling off about that? But I realized that it's like so many of the events that I've had in life I've processed through music, and the only times that the way that I significantly remember my memories is through music, and it's through clothes that, yeah, like, and I've realized the things that I hold so much importance to are the ways that I remember the world. So it will really mess with me to have that shared with so many people, because it's like the same feeling of like someone reading your diary. Not even like every feeling that of a song that makes me feel that way is something that I feel emotion. It's just like, oh, this is the song that I experienced through this, and like, yeah, I feel like it felt like an intimate moment of of like exchange whenever I am showing someone like something that I care about so much that meant a lot to me, even if it's just sending it to them. Like, I will only send, the only times that I really feel compelled to send people music or to show people music is whenever it's like a large specialized feeling that like is attached to it. So I don't mind people asking where I get my clothes, because like, unless someone has the same retail of what it is that I'm wearing, we're never wearing the same thing, because every single thing that I own, every single thing that I look down on my floor and see right now that isn't like undergarments is thrifted. Like, every single thing that I have bought in the past, like, oh no, that's not true. I got a couple things from TJ Maxx. I shopped at TJ Maxx for the first time in my adult life this summer, and that was the first retail shopping that I had done. I got a pair of sneakers at Ross earlier this year. Or earlier in 2024. But I haven't done retail shopping in like it for clothes. At least since like I think like freshman year of high school, actually. Yeah. But yeah, that is a really long time. That is kind of crazy. And not to be like I have like, as much as I do have something against retail shopping, it's also like that wasn't I yeah, it wasn't necessarily by choice. Like, of course I want to be able to walk into a store and just find the things that it is that I need and walk out with them, but it's also like I have had this is the first year that I've ever that I'm being like, or 2024 was the first year that I was being like financially indulgent. Um, yeah, like I would eat out a couple times and then like, yeah, I bought a ton of books and went shopping. Oh, well, actually, that's not true. I feel like I've been financially indulgent in the past whenever I didn't. This is the first time in my financial independence that I was being financially indulgent. But yeah, so I went to TJ Maxx and that was kind of crazy. But all of this to say, I feel like I remember my life through my music and my clothes, and it is just, it really is very, I don't know. I feel like it really is a hard thing for me because I don't process things easily. Um, Whenever I do fully have time to like sit down with myself and ask what something really meant to me, I a lot of the time by then have like just held it in for so, and I'm realizing, especially this year, I've realized a lot of the things that happened in my life, and I had figured this like consciously. I had processed this like on a very surface, yeah, on a surface level. I had processed that like a lot of the things that went down in my life were just really not good, but it's also like some really horrible things happened. And in the time that I've been processing that, I've really just been leaning on like, yeah, like music and clothes, music and clothes, music and clothes. To just remember, like, I've been listening to so much of the music that I was listening to earlier on in my life, and I've been mourning a lot of the clothes that I don't have anymore, because the only times that I find any connection to that time to be able to really tap into what that was like emotionally is whenever I am physically present with my or like listening. Yeah, because it's like I can't draw, like I can remember what I wore in that time, but I can't remember how I felt. But if I can hold it and feel it, or even just see it with my eyes in person, I'm like, or even online, I'll remember how I was feeling, because I'm like, I remember, it just means because every single thing that I've worn in the time in my life that I've chosen what I've worn has been intentional and has had thought put behind it, and has been something that I've chosen to wear at that point in the day to mobilize the thing. Like, there is something that I always will be very picky about. It is what I put on my body. And not in the sense that like, oh, I always care about how I look, but just in a way that I care about how I feel. Sometimes I'll be wearing the craziest thing ever, but it's because it feels so nice. And yeah. And even whenever I'm wearing pajamas, I'm like, what pajamas do I love that are comfortable and are cute? And yeah, like right now I'm wearing this striped sweater and my Adidas track pants with the navy blue on the side. And I'm like, that is so freaking cute. But yeah. I had a huge loss of clothes recently that made me very upset, and I didn't fully know how to process it. I still haven't fully processed it, and I kind of am nervous too, because this is like actually a really big deal. Yeah. Okay. But that's all I wanted to say. Now I'm gonna watch Miss Congeniality.